What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? We are back with another video. My name is Crystal Denitra, and thank you for watching Truth TV Podcast. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I will just explain this channel was designed to be a healing process for myself and many other survivors. I am a survivor of narcissistic and domestic abuse, and I am definitely an advocate for the two. And I enjoy and I invite you guys, to come on this journey with me and to heal so we can start making ourselves feel better for ourselves and our families, our healthy families around us. So yesterday we talked a little bit about the importance of leaving toxic relationships, and I thought that I would do a part 2 to that because I always it's always something that I leave out and some key points that I want people to understand. Toxic relationships are like a death. You know what I'm saying? You're in this relationship, whether it's, like I said yesterday, a sexual relationship, it can be a family relationship, but it leaves you dying inside. You know, you can't reach your full potential when you have toxic people around you. Sometimes we carry that dead weight into new relationships that are healthy, but we contaminate the relationship because we're so used to being treated badly that we take that same garbage over to a new relationship, which is never good. You never want to put a damper on your new relationships because it's not really giving the other person a opportunity to get to know you and get to know, the good side of you. So it's always just best to, you know what I'm saying, get out of a toxic relationship or situation, heal yourself, and then move on to the next. Now, I told you guys yesterday, it's like after I got divorced, I just moved from one relationship to the next, not really healing myself. And I know I was definitely taking all of my old baggage to new people. Sometimes those people were not healthy people either. They were toxic, and some of them were good people. You know, some relationships I admitted yesterday that I would, want to rekindle, but that's only if the other party is willing and ready. And I think because I carried that baggage and I kind of just dumped it on the lap of friends or, new lovers or whoever it may be, that kind of put a distorted image of myself to them. So getting out of a toxic relationship is not easy to do by far. Like I said, it was one of the hardest things that I had to do, but I felt that it was necessary for myself because at times I felt like my husband was going to unalive me. So, and of course, I didn't want that to happen. So I had to leave. I had to, get out of the relationship and just start over. And starting over is not easy. I understand that it's not. You think about all the things that you once did with this person. You think about maybe the trips and stuff that you took, or, the family gatherings that you had. But being around toxic people is only going to drain you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and all of the above. And like I said yesterday, you block your blessings by having dead weight around. 9 times out of 10, God gives us signs and red flags about who to deal with and who not to deal with. Like I said, for me, my body is a good reactor. If I'm not around someone who's a healthy person, I'll start sweating in areas that I never sweated before. Maybe I'll have a panic attack and things like that. And that's just my body's way of telling me that, this person is no good for me, and to kind of look out for them. But like I said, bringing baggage to new relationships is never good. It never gives the new person an opportunity to know who you are, to know the good side of you. Typically when you leave a toxic relationship, that person that you're leaving is going to smear you. They're going to use that smear campaign to smear you and tell lies about you, but don't spend so much time defending yourself. That was one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn, that I couldn't spend time defending myself because, number one, I can't change anybody's mind, and I'm not here to change people's mind. People are going to judge you and crucify you just like they did Jesus. If they did it to Jesus, they'll do it to you. So my thing was, I just had to learn how to let people talk. People are going to have their opinion. Everybody has one, and that's fine. But As long as you don't bring your opinion to me, because nothing ever comes back to me. That's the thing. The people that always say things and have little slick comments, they'll never say that stuff to my face, because I be waiting, honey. I be waiting, but it never happens that way. And once you learn how to leave a toxic relationship, the most important part is just to keep walking. Because every time you let that person come back, they lose more respect for you and more respect for you. And the reason is because they're going to think that you are a doormat and that you're going to keep allowing their foolishness and madness to happen. So once you leave, call that a truce, because 9 times out of 10, the person is not going to change unless they are going to therapy, reading their Bible or whatever they consider to get out of that. They're not going to do it. You have to learn how to detach yourself from them. You know what I'm saying? You have to take back your power. Sometimes in a lot of situations, I had to withhold my energy. I had to basically be emotionalist around certain people so they wouldn't trigger me, because sometimes people use reactive abuse. And I've talked about this so much in my other videos, that they'll intentionally say something or do something to you to get a reaction out of you. So if you just withhold your energy and play dead, pretty much play dead, they don't have anything to go off of. But so many times I blocked blessings, so many jobs and different things that I wanted to do, vacations I wanted to take. I couldn't do anything because I had a toxic person around, and God will definitely allow that to happen. He will allow certain things to be blocked until you get it in your mind that you can do better. I don't care, like I said, if it's a family member, friend, sexual relationship, it does not matter. You are blocking blessings that God has for you by keeping people around that mean you no good. Because typically toxic people just want to make you miserable just like them, especially narcissistic people. Narcissistic people, we talked about this before, they have no sympathy or empathy for anybody. And that love bombing stage is only going to last so far until they decide to discard you and just throw you away like nothing ever happened. But once you learn the red flags and once you see the red flags, don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. You cannot ignore the red flags, because that's God's way of letting you know that you should check out from this situation. We can't keep allowing people to just treat us like trash. Everybody is a human being and we deserve dignity. We deserve love. We deserve respect. We deserve all of the above. So if we know we're being treated less than that, if we're allowing people to beat on us and spit on us and talk about us and do all of these things, God, he's not honoring that, because he doesn't want any of that for us. He wants us to be with healthy people. He wants us to be in healthy relationships. You know what I'm saying? But also on the flip side, he will allow certain things to happen. If you just not getting it, if you're not getting his message, he's going to do things to show you that he's not playing about you getting away from these people. Toxicity is like a drug to some people. Some people wake up and they want to be miserable. You know what I'm saying? Some people wake up and they want to have bad days. For example, there was a young man that just unalived a woman. She worked at the hospital. She stopped at a liquor store, and he just wanted to unalive somebody that day. You never know what people are thinking. You don't know when people can tick and tick and talk up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We don't know when a light switch can flip in their head. And that's why I had that light switch thumbnail yesterday, because we don't know when their light switch is going to go off. And do you want to be a statistic when it does? Do you want to be the person that they unalive because something went off in their head, to say that they're losing power over you? Because that's what it's all about. Toxic people just want to control who you are. They want to control your being. And 9 times out of 10, they want something that you have, but they just don't know how to obtain it themselves. So that's why it's important to walk away. It's important for your health, not only your mental health, but your physical health. I've given you guys examples of how my body reacts to certain things, you know what I'm saying, in certain situations. And that's all of God letting you know once again that you need to get out of this situation before it becomes too late. You know, it's just dealing with toxicity is very draining. You know what I'm saying? If you have to wake up and say, for instance, if you're with a partner and they're toxic, they're mentally abusive, they're physically abusive, that stuff becomes draining. You know, it causes depression, it causes anxiety, it causes other mental issues. And, you know, these are things that we probably never had before this person came around. But once this person came around, we started to develop all of these issues that we never had before. So, like I told you guys, if there's anybody out there that's in an abusive situation or a toxic situation, there is help available. There's a crisis number that you guys can call 24/7, 365, 988. You can dial it from any phone. And I believe you can dial it from a phone that's no longer working as well. It's just like calling the emergency line. So I would definitely suggest that. I know too many girls, too many women right now who are going through abuse and in abusive situations, but they don't know how to get out. And a few of them, I'm going to just be honest to say that I think they like the abuse. Sometimes that's what abuse will make you think, that that is love. This is the way it's supposed to be. But I'm here to tell you, baby, that is not the way it's supposed to be. God wants us to be around loving people. He wants us to show love, give love, and receive love. That's what it's about. It's not about anybody degrading you or putting you down. So if anybody out there who's listening to my voice right now and need help, I would definitely suggest dialing that number. You can email me. I will try to come up with an exit strategy for you, because it's ways to get out of things. You know, people will scare you into thinking that you have to stay in a toxic, bad situation, but you don't. You know, nobody is has dominion over you but God. And so I don't understand why another individual would think that they have dominion over somebody, because it doesn't work that way. There's only one God, and it's not the people that's walking around pretending to be. So again, if you know someone or if you're in a situation, dial that number. People are there waiting to help you get out of the situation. You know, if you want to email me again, you can email me at truth.tvpodcast@gmail. You can follow me on Instagram. You can send me a DM, whatever it is. But I don't want anybody to be a statistic. You know what I'm saying? I created this platform so we can have a place to, you know what I'm saying, share our stories and heal together. And that's exactly what I want to do. You know, I hate to see people down. I'm such an empathic person. I love people so much, but, you know, then again, people can get on my nerve, just the bad people. But I love people to the point where I never want to see anything bad happen to them, even if I don't even know you. You know, I've helped so many people behind the scenes. You know, if it's a car accident going on, I remember a couple months ago, this young lady got into a bad car accident. She had all of her kids in the car. Her car got totaled right on 6 Mile and Telegraph. I stopped, got them babies off the street, told her and her kids can come sit down with me until the EMS came. They came over, they was crying, they was bloody everywhere. But I just talked to her and I comforted her. That's what the world is all about. Those are the things that we need to let people know that they are supported. And come to find out, she was in an abusive relationship. So you just never know who you're helping. I had no idea that we were going to get on the subject of abuse. I'm just thinking I'm there to be a helping hand to her and her children at the time of need, because I didn't want them in the middle of the street, you know, getting hit by another car. But you just never know what people are going through. You know, for a long time, I wouldn't discuss any of this. I never said anything about my divorce on Facebook or Instagram. Hell, for a long time, people didn't even know I was divorced. They thought I was still married, because I never dogged him. I never bashed him. And even with this platform, I'm not doing it today, because at the end of the day, he's still an individual. and I understand where his toxicity comes from. Is from him not healing his past childhood trauma, and unfortunately the person that he needs to heal with, she's no longer here. She passed a couple years ago, which was his mom. So even with me leaving, that caused more abandonment issues in him. But what was I supposed to do? I couldn't just sit around and keep letting my kids and me go through certain things that they didn't need to go through, that we didn't need to go through. So sometimes you have to do what's best for yourself, not sometimes, all the time. And if people don't get it, they just don't get it. It's nothing that you can do. But blocking your blessings is the biggest thing. God won't bless any mess. And that's just what it is. He definitely won't bless any mess. And like I said, the more and more you take toxic people and narcissistic people back, they're going to just use that constantly as a weakness. They're going to think you're the weakest link. Oh, well, I could just do whatever I want to her. I could walk all over her or him. And that's not what we're trying to portray. We're seeking healthy relationships all 2023. And that's the rule book that we going to go by. So if you see red flags in people, even friends meeting them, disappear, get ghost like quick, because you don't want to give a person an opportunity to shit all over you pretty much. So that's all I have for today. Like I said, you guys, if you have any questions, you can email me at truth.tvpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram and also get the likes up on the videos. I appreciate all the new subscribers and the love that I've been getting on the videos, but we need to get the likes up. Getting the likes up on the video helps YouTube's algorithm, and people can find the information easier. Not just my videos, but videos just like it. There are hundreds and thousands of YouTube channels talking about toxic relationships, narcissism, and everything else, but we have to get the likes up on the videos. And then I would just greatly appreciate it anyway. Like I said, if you have any questions, email me. I would love people to come on the platform and talk and give their opinions. But until next time, that's it, guys. Peace.